Órale, Cholo Trucker Más Movies and Shows, and here we got The Woman in the Window. Oh yes, The Woman in the Window. Now, The Woman in the Window is a Netflix movie. You could catch it on Netflix. It came out in 2021 and it is an hour and 40 minutes. Rotten Tomatoes has this movie at 25%. Wow, they really got this movie pretty low. Now, looking up this movie, I wasn't able to see a description, but let me go ahead and tell you guys a little bit about this. Now, I've never heard of this movie, um, but it came across my feed, and I'm like, well, let me check out the trailer. And it does have actors in it that I do know, like Amy Adams and Julian Moore, Gary Oldman, and a couple of other actors on there. Um, so basically, you have this woman who has some sort of phobia. I forgot what kind of phobia she had, but it's the kind of phobia where you cannot go outside, right? So you just stay indoors. You're scared to go outside, right? So she has a phobia that she cannot go outside, so she stays locked up in her house. Now, this movie takes place pretty much within the span of a week because it keeps showing you it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. And she lives in New York. She has a tenant. She rents the basement to him, and their relationship is a little bit off. They don't really get along completely. They're a little bit, but at the same time, they're not worst enemies. They're just kind of like whatever, right? And she lives in this like tall house that just keeps going up. It's like stairs that just never stop. I don't know how many floors this house has. It's like, what are we doing here? You live here by yourself, with the exception of, the guy that you rent out the basement to. But good gosh, what are we, like 5 stories high of a house? I was like, son of a bastard. Nonetheless, she is a therapist, right, for kids. Yet she mentions that, yet you never see her work ever, right? The whole movie takes place of her in her house because she's never able to leave the house. So she's not with her husband, right? And she has a husband and daughter that she talks to, which there's a good story behind that. I'm not going to ruin it for you guys, but you find out why they are not together. But she does talk to him over the phone, which, when it was revealed, I was like, whoa, that was a pretty cool story within itself to find out what's going on. So, nonetheless, man, she kind of fights with depression. She's just inside the house. The lighting is bad. She's popping pills. She has a therapist of her own. She drinks every day. So she's a mess. She really is. She's this pill popping, drinking woman who's got a cat, all right, and is alone and has a phobia and she can't go outside. And at some point, you start getting depressed as well. It's like, good gosh, man, now I feel like I'm stuck inside the house with bad lighting and, not getting out to the sunlight or anything, man. It's the movie starts getting you depressed, right? But it's part of getting connected to the movie. So anyway, or she gets, I should say, she gets new neighbors across the street, and she starts meeting them one by one. They come over to say hi one by one, right? And she witnesses a murder. She witnesses the wife, right? Because it's a family of three. You got the father, you got the wife, and you got the son. And she sees the woman get murdered. She's one of these, okay, the doctor is one of these women that is just stuck inside her house. So she just kind of spies on her neighbors and everything, right? That kind of depressed chick. And she went ahead, she witnesses the mom get murdered, which she believes by the husband. It never actually shows who kills her, and that there's some huge cover up, right? She calls law enforcement. They don't believe her. There's this huge cover up. Then another woman shows up, like, wait, what are you talking about? I'm the wife. And she's like, no, you're not. I met the wife and you're not the wife. and she befriends the son, who I think is like 15, 16 years old. And she's asking him, like, what's up with your mom? Where's your mom? She's dead, isn't she? And he's all like, no, she's not. And it's like, wait, I know what I saw, but nobody wants to believe her because she's popping pills. She's gone through trauma. She has a phobia that she can't go outside. She owns a cat. She drinks a lot. So nobody believes her. At the same time, she's trying to crack this case on her own, but at the same time, she's limited because she cannot go outside. And I gotta tell you guys this, man. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 25%. Nah, man, Charlie. I thought this was a pretty decent, good movie. It was in between decent and good. I enjoyed it. It had me kind of hooked. And at the end, when you start finding out, well, as time goes on, you start thinking like, wow, what's up? Did she really just imagine this? Like you're not really knowing what to believe. Like, wait a second, where did this woman come in from? Is she really the wife? And what's like you start well, you start questioning so many things on who can be involved. Because it's like, well, wait a second, you did see the woman get murdered. So you're trying to figure out, wait, who was involved then? And when pieces of the puzzle start clicking together, you start scratching your head a little bit like, man, what is really going on? So it did have me intrigued to that sense. I enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed it. And the way the movie ended, it pretty much put all the pieces to the puzzle together. And look, I thought it was a fun ride, man. It's not that long of a movie, an hour and 40 minutes. Not bad. Kept me intrigued for the most part. And yeah, you know what? If you got some time to kill, I recommend it. It's a pretty good, decent, mysterious movie. And yeah, there you guys have it, man. That is The Woman in the Window. Cholo Trucker, Moss Movies and Shows. Catch you guys on next one.